Hi everyone, I'm Elina and I've been bullet journaling for 2 years now. A lot of my friends keep asking how it works and what the benefits are, so I hope this video helps to elaborate that a little further. If you know the ways of bullet journaling, I hope this video is an inspiration for setting up yours. If you haven't watched the video of the creator of the bullet journal, I highly recommend you to. I will link the video and his website down below. Now let's get started. There are a lot of advantages to bullet journaling. I used to have 4 different notebooks, post-its all over the place, a calendar on my phone and a paper journal. Thanks to my bullet journal, I can now combine all of those things into one book. And that's the greatest advantage for me. I start by setting up the key. What's a key? It's a tool to help you plan your tasks throughout your entire journal. I chose to put it on the first page so I can easily refer back to it. There's a certain way to set up your key with specific symbols. But if these don't work for you, you can start experimenting with other symbols and ways to create your perfect planner. I use the symbols from the original bullet journal video, but feel free to do otherwise. The symbols are mostly self-explanatory, except migration. This is something specific to the bullet journaling method. It's a way to reschedule some tasks you were not able to finish. I refer back to the video of the creator for more information on this. On the right page, I wrote a quote that says, "Trust the magic of new beginnings." I always love setting up a new journal. It feels like a new chance to do things just a little better than last time. I use one journal per semester since I'm a student, but everyone has to find out for himself how much space you need per month. Some people can use one journal per year, but I plan too much to do it like that. So I advise you to start in a notebook of your choice and see how far you get. I use a notebook Scribbles That Matter because I like its features. You can choose any notebook you want, but I recommend you to see if the paper is thick enough. You do not want to be messing with different markers that bleed right through your page. With the Scribbles That Matter notebook, you get a black fine liner from 0.4 and I absolutely love it. Another fine liner I recommend is from Micron. I also use the Tombow Dual Brush Pens in pastel colors. I understand that when you just start bullet journaling, this can be an expensive purchase. You can perfectly start with a cheaper alternative. For example, the Crayola Super Tips. They come in a pack of 50 colors and are way less expensive. If you are planning to invest in your bullet journaling, I do recommend the Tombows. To my opinion, they are the absolute best in their kind. I will link all the stationery that I use down below. Next, I set up my grid spacing cheat sheet. By using this, I can avoid using my ruler all the time. I divide the pages into columns of 1, 2, all the way to 7 columns. Next, I write the number of dots that column holds. This way, when I'm setting up a page, I can just refer back to this cheat sheet and count how many dots I need per column. On the right page, I do the exact same thing for rows. Choosing which spreads to use in your journal and which not was a year-long process for me. I'm still figuring out which spreads I actually use, but that's totally fine. Just set up your journal the way you think it will work for you and don't be scared to experiment with different spreads. Bullet journaling is something very personal that you will have to adjust to your life and planning style. I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest and other YouTube pages. Typing in the words "plan with me" on YouTube will give you a lot of content. If you're a Skillshare member, this is also a platform where some bullet journalers, if that's a word, come together. Alright, next up, I like to make a spread with my goals for the semester. I divide it into personal and school, but you can choose any categories you want. I think it's important to write down our goals so we don't lose track of them. To make it even more specific, you can also make a monthly page to write down some goals. When you are setting up your month, you can refer back to this page and choose one goal to work on this month. On the left page, I wrote a passage from the Bible that says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." I'm a devoted Christian and I try to actively live my life with God, so I like to remind myself of that, also in my journal. I generally feel that quotes or passages from books we like can keep us going. Of course, it's not a must to put quotes in your bullet journal. That's completely up to you. The next one I'm setting up is a stuff to check out spread. I've never used it before, but I got the inspiration from Amanda Rachel. I'm willing to try something new this semester, and since I will be spending a lot of time in my dorm due to Corona, this can come in handy. Amanda Rachel is my biggest inspiration when it comes to bullet journaling. I recommend you to check out her YouTube channel. She's also very talented with calligraphy and hand lettering, so big shout out to her. My wish list is a very simple spread, just to write down some stuff to remember myself what I'm working for. It can also be an inspiration for people who are planning on buying you a gift. I write down the price of every item so I get a grasp of what life costs. I'm using very little color in this setup. I like to keep the beginning of my journal very neutral because I work with themes throughout the month. But more on that in my next videos. This spread was also inspired by Amanda Rachel. The idea is to choose one picture every month and place it in this spread. At the end of the semester, this creates an overview of all the events. However, I do not own a Polaroid, so I'm planning to just print out a picture every month and let's see if I can devote to this. That's always a question with me. My inspiration for the right page was absent, so I decided to leave it open. Later, when I find something nice to do on that page, I can still fill it up. On the next one, I'm making a savings plan. I'm getting married next year and we just bought a house. All very exciting, but also very expensive. So I like to set a savings goal and also reward myself by coloring in a square when I save some money. Depending on how much you save during a semester, you can make the boxes worth 50 euros, 100 euros, maybe even more, but it's completely up to you. This is a drawing heavy spread that takes a lot of time and patience to create. There are also easier ways to set up a savings plan. I once again refer to Pinterest. This tends to be true for the entire bullet journal. Depending on your lifestyle and spare time, you have to decide how much time you can spend on setting up your bullet journal every month. A message that I would like to give to you all: bullet journaling is for everyone. Even if you have a busy life, you can set up your journal in 10 minutes per month. My fiancé, for example, he's a successful sales manager and does not have the time or willingness to play around with colors, markers, and stickers. He sticks to a simple black and white layout with only the essentials. You can totally decide what works best for you. However, I do feel like bullet journaling can help you relax and slow down for a minute. Also, it helps to expand your creativity, which can be very valuable in other aspects of your life. But it's a system that makes bullet journaling work, not the time or colors you put into it. For the last spread, I am setting up my future log. I set up my bullet journal month per month, but when I have to plan something that is further ahead, I write it down in my future log. It consists of 6 boxes of the months with a smaller calendar beneath it to get an overview of the weeks of that month. Under the calendar, I leave a large white space to write down every event or task that I have to plan in that month. You can work with different colors for maybe school, private, hobbies, whatever works for you. You can then also write down the meaning of those colors in your key. Since I work with themes for every month, I color in the boxes with the name of the month with the theme color, so I can easily see which marker I have to pack when I'm traveling. On the next page, I will start my month with an opening page and a monthly log, but that you can see in my next video. I will try to post a video every month so you can set up your bullet journals with me. Now, a final flip through of my bullet journal. I hope you enjoyed planning with me and now better understand the method of bullet journaling. As you may have noticed, I firmly stand behind this method because it increases your productivity and creativity. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my bullet journaling ways.